Welcome to the Trend Detection Podcast, powered by Siemens. And now your host, Liz McGinn. Awesome. So hi, everyone. I'm Liz McGinn, and I'm here joined by Dominik. Dominik, can you give me a bit of your background?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Dominik Brenner, and I'm doing mainly business development for the topic of digitalization and especially for the topic of connectivity because it's a very crucial thing in terms of digitalization.
Awesome. And today, obviously, we'll be talking about connectivity and kind of bridging the gap between OT and IT for SMEs.
Right.
That's perfect. So let's jump right into it. Why is connectivity such a game changer for SMEs today?
Actually, it's a game changer for everyone who is in a production environment or who is producing something. So it's a game changer for SMEs as well because everyone who's producing something is getting some pressure. Because cost has to be reduced, efficiency has to be increased, productivity has to be increased, and so you're looking for levers how you can do this, how you can master this challenge. And of course, one lever is the topic of digitalization. But to be able to digitalize something, you need, of course, access to data of your production, data from your IT, and probably combine this even. And connectivity is the key to get access to this data of your machining park, of your IT, and bring this together.
And what does this connectivity really bring to customers? Like, what are they connecting besides just data? Like, obviously you're connecting data, but how does that help them?
Yeah. So connectivity is granting access to data, as you said. And once you have access to this data, you can start working with this data. Working with data means you normally start with creating some kind of dashboards, doing visualization, getting some kind of transparency and understanding, for instance, key performing indicator, seeing the utilization rate of your machines. So this is normally how you start with, but you can extend this once you have get yourself comfortable with working with data. You will find out, oh, you can do more. I can see probably some indicators why I do have downtimes, and I can start working with this. So this is normally the typical journey of getting used to work with data and work with data. And this starts with connectivity.
Awesome. What are the typical connectivity challenges that are faced by, I guess, SMEs and then also other things? Other companies?
Yes. It applies to everyone who works with connectivity and data. Yes, normally and luckily, people and companies who start working with data, companies who producing for a longer period already. That means the machine park is mostly grown, and grown means it's mixed. So it consists of different machines from different manufacturers of different ages, and with that, most of the time, different controls, and that means these different controls speak different protocols, different languages, I would say, and this is one of the key challenges. And it can even happen that some machines are pretty old; they do not even have some kind of interface to communicate at all, and this is the key challenge: getting access to the data which are consumed or produced by the machines who are doing the production work.
How are we overcoming those kind of challenges?
Well, for that, we have a product. We call it Brownfield Connectivity Gateway. And you see already in the name, there is this word gateway. So it is a gateway. It is a software product, and it's acting as a gateway. So first of all, I was mentioning these different languages, these different protocols in the machine park, and this is the first challenge we help our customer to overcome with this product. The this product was developed over a long period of time, and over this time, we step by step included protocols we are supporting, and with these protocols, we help our customers to connect these legacy machines, which most of the time producing this kind of challenges. And with that, we master this challenge and enable customers to, first of all, collect data from the various machines in the shop floor. I said already, it's controls from different manufacturers, different ages with different protocols, and that very often means, for instance, temperatures do have different names in the different machines and probably even different metrics. So this is the next challenge where we support. It's some kind of harmonization, which is most of the time done next. So to give everything the same meaning and the same format, the same metric. And everything which is connected from the machines is put it on a broker at the gateway. And from that point on, you can start making use out of this data. You can do analytics, dashboarding, whatever. And this is how we support our customers. And especially for SMEs, we have a separate product. It's called Brownfield Connectivity Starter Kit. That means it's the Brownfield Connectivity Gateway. Already put it on an IPC, but not only that. It includes a special configuration wizard supporting especially SMEs during this configuration, setup, and installation process. It's a step-by-step guideline doing the commissioning. And once this is established, there's another thing included into this bundle and including to this product. It's already a pre-configured dashboard and pre-installed licenses. So immediately can start with using the data you have configured and display some first information on dashboards. And you can even start with analytics. And all of this is included in this bundle of BFC Gateway Starter Kit. And it gives an easy access, especially for SMEs.
Awesome. So basically, Brownfield Connectivity Gateway is a good way to figure out how your data is obviously bringing it into the holistic view of that, but also how your data should kind of interact with each other. So it's not like you're reading in Celsius and Fahrenheit, but like translating that across the board. So you're getting kind of the cohesive data points. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Which is great for anyone who's using multiple systems and at various ages and that kind of thing. So that's really nice that there's a solution for that, because I know that it's difficult to kind of have older machines. Like I can't, like personally, I'm like, okay, like an older iPhone talking to a newer iPhone. I was like, oh, there's no way. There's no way, because there's so many updates in between and some phones can't handle that. And then it's like, oh my goodness. But it's nice that the brownfield connectivity, grouping can help bridge that gap.
Exactly. It's supporting leveraging, or it's supporting to close this gap. Yes, this communication gap.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is there any success stories that you can share around that?
Yes, of course. So we do have a customer, a bearing manufacturer, who saw an increase of 20% in the machine utilization, and he was able to speed up the inquiring process by 35% by implementing Brownfield Connectivity Gateway.
Nice, that's awesome. Some really great stats for improving the process and using this connectivity to make every machine kind of talk to each other. What other kind of data can SMEs expect to capture once the machines are actually connected to kind of Brownfield Connect?
Well, most of the time it starts with getting some first kind of data, like having a look on machine states, getting some temperature values, speed of drive motors. And once you're getting used with this data, the data our customers or SMEs are collecting probably change over the time, because you see, I have more potential I can discover, and then probably you then have a look at, for instance, energy consumption and so on and so on. So we can say you have access to a lot of data, to kind of all of the data of your control, and over the time you will find out different data you want to have a look at, and the data will change. You will have a look on.
That's awesome. Can you talk more to how that kind of adapts as you gain more data, how they, I guess, other use cases for some data?
Yeah, exactly. So the use cases changes. Because it's a typical scenario. You start with simple use cases. I was already mentioning it's dashboarding, I would say visualization, getting a first overview. Once you get the first overview, you get more insight into how your production is working. You get insights about your utilization of your machines. Probably you have standstill times you weren't aware of, and so as I said, you optimize, and then you say, so what is my next challenge I want to tackle? Probably it's then predictive maintenance, and then you start getting insights. What are my maintenance cycles? Do I over maintenance something? What can I do to improve this? And then you change again the view on the data you're visualizing or you're using, and this is how the story normally goes.
Also, I think it's something similar to like what happens with Senseye, because we're not so much in Brownfield Connect, but like we collect a lot of data, and then the data is used in various ways depending on the machines, and then also even like operational data is used. So I can completely understand that. So how does that actually how does connectivity really help the customers when they're going through it? So like, is it the operational costs? Do they help reduce that, or are there other kind of benefits besides just knowing their data?
Yeah, it's always very individual, because the way SMEs are producing is quite often very individual, because the products they're producing is very often quite individual. But it follows most of the time the way I just explained. First of all, it's insights, and followed by maintenance topics, but the sky is the limit then. I mean, after maintenance, probably customers get some first grip on AI, and then because predictive maintenance and what Senseye is doing is already AI, but then they find out, probably I can use AI at different scenarios, different use cases, and this is where it continues after this to optimize the production.
Awesome.
And again, connectivity is the foundation for all of this.
That's valid. If you can't get your data to whatever software you're trying to, then it doesn't really matter at that point.
Yes.
Awesome. So I guess on the topic of data collection, a lot of people are very, concerned about their data being leaked. Is this an issue? Is it a secure solution?
It's absolutely a secure solution. And we do take this very serious, and we have, I would say, various direction how and where we take this. First of all, we have implemented a strong encryption and secure certificates, and of course user roles, managing the access and the access rights. Furthermore, our development follows the IEC 62443, which is a central standard, I would say, for cybersecurity in industrial automation, and helps to protect industrial facilities from cyber attacks. And last but not least, we are certified on the ISO 27001, which is an international standard that provides a framework for information security management systems. So we take it really serious.
Perfect. I mean, I know a lot of our customers do, and it's great that we also do from the data collection point, especially from various machines of various ages. I think they're pretty important to manufacturing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess, how does connectivity support predictive maintenance in real world In real world terms.
Yeah, it's about the continuity. So we provide data on a frequent way and in a real time way, and this is how it can be, how it supports this predictive maintenance scenarios. SMEs can detect with with the support of connectivity anomalies before the failure really occur, and this is where the big benefit is in. So that it does not really come to this breakdown, which causes this big costs.
Yeah, can you give an example?
Yeah, of course. For instance, if you have a motor, and basically what we do is the predictive maintenance algorithm is having kind of a fingerprint of this motor, and it's always real-time monitoring the behavior of the motor and comparing it to the fingerprint. And when it sees the behavior of the motor is drifting away, then it can give an alert, and customers, SMEs, can react before real error or breakdown occurs.
Awesome. How long does it normally take to kind of connect all your machines and then also get this data to you to let you know that a breakdown's occurring?
I think this is a very important question because the setup time is time you want to keep very short, and especially with the Brownfield Connectivity Gateway Starter Kit and with the Wizard, we were able to reuse this a lot and make it very simple to integrate connectivity into shop floor. And depending on your setup you have, and depending on your pre-knowledge, I would say it starts with setting up the system from a few minutes to a few hours. So somewhere in between the range, always depending on the situation you have.
Does Siemens offer some support when they're connecting?
Yes, of course. I mean, this is the strength of us of Siemens, and you can choose the support level you want to have, starting from I would say from a consultant, or starting from consultancy, which is the right solution for you for your dedicated use case. We guide you along the whole journey if you want, from implementation to configuration, and we can close this with trainings offerings to enable you to operate the system by yourself.
Awesome. So I know like brownfield connectivity obviously has the word connect into it, but how does that relate to other predictive maintenance? I know you mentioned, there's data analyses within that, but is that like a step above brownfield connectivity, or is that within just brownfield connectivity?
So I mentioned the Brownfield Connectivity Gateway Starter Kit has already a dashboard. It has already some analytics features inside. This is applicable especially for machine tools. So for machine tool systems, we can apply already some analytic features. And of course, our products work quite pretty well together, because all the data you can create an analysis and you can detect can be forwarded to Senseye Predictive Maintenance, where this can be used and integrated into the predictive maintenance system.
Awesome. So it's a little bit of both. So you can definitely get some analytics, but if you want some more intensive analytics, that's when you connect to a different tool.
Exactly.
Perfect. I guess, speaking of connecting to other tools, so once the machines are connected, what's next for our customers?
Yeah, well, basically, this is when the fun really starts, because then you have all the possibilities. We were talking already about dashboarding, visualization of KPIs, predictive maintenance, AI algorithms. So the sky's the limit, and you can really start playing. And believe me, once you started this journey, you will start being creative, and it's really fun.
Awesome. From my understanding, brownfield connectivity is an on-premise solution. Is there, opportunity to be remote for some of these analytics?
Yes. So it's a software solution, as I mentioned. So you're quite flexible how you set it up. If you prefer to have it on premise, of course, you can put it on an IPC like the starter kit. You can put it in your IT environment on a server, but as well, it's based on modern architecture. So it's based on a containerized system. It can be Dockerized or Kubernetes system. So if you want and you wish, you can even deploy it in a cloud environment. So it's very flexible.
Awesome. I know there's some, I guess, differences with the newer technology and the older technology. Do you have to connect to like a lot of new sensors if you're using this, if you're using older technology, or is there other ways to kind of connect the data?
So the main challenges are the legacy systems, I would say. Newer systems, newer sensors, there's kind of a standard, I would say, standard protocols which are very common, and of course we support them as well. The name Brownfield Connectivity Gateway came from the initial challenge of connecting the real old systems, controls, sensors. But of course, we can connect the new ones as well. But as I said, most of the time, this is not the biggest challenge as the protocols. They, it's not one standard, but with a few protocols, you're able to speak most of the necessary protocols, or with a
Awesome.
few supporting protocols. Yes.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I guess like kind of what is like the ROI for people investing in connectivity?
I would say it's significant. And thanks to a better machine uptime, fewer unplanned downtimes, optimized energy consumption, better utilization rate, and so on. Connectivity really improves the operational efficiency and supports scalability for future needs.
Awesome. It's good to know that it's not doesn't feel like a waste cost. Like you'll save a lot more money by, getting all your machines connected and then being able to analyze proper or what you deem proper maintenance or not even maintenance, but just like uptime.
Yeah. And that's even a point because a lot of customers they think, "Oh, does it pay off? How should I start? My machine park is pretty old, and I'm not sure if I can master this challenge." And to this uncertainties, I would always say, start small. You will be able to find some machines within your machine park where you can give it a try. They are already ready to be connected. Start with a small band of machine, 1, 2, 3 machines. Get them connected, get first experiences, hands-on experiences on what we can do with data, start playing with the data. And you will see once connected these machines, they will show very soon and they will justify very, very soon further expansion to other machines to connect them and yes, show that the ROI pays off.
Yeah, I think it's also important to notice like these older machines, I mean, they're really built to last in comparison to some of the newer machines, I think. And so like really extending the lifetime is something that, connecting your machines to data pools and then be able to analyze, what's going on. So that'll help, extend the lifetime of your machines.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. So I guess what kind of advice would you give to SMEs or other, manufacturing companies who feel stuck with outdated infrastructure?
Yes, give it a try. I mean, it's like I just said, give it a try. Probably ask even other um, other other SMEs who probably did this step already. Get their experience. Probably they share this with us, and give this journey a try. As I said, if you start small, the investment costs are not that high, and they will rectify pretty early, believe me.
Yeah, they'll definitely, their ROI will be proven pretty quickly, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like our audience to know?
I would say this was already a lot of content. So probably it's good to, first of all, digest what we were talking about today. But if there is any question, or if you're interested, of course, reach out to us. We are always happy and willing to support you, give you probably further insights. If you're curious, then we're very happy to share them with you. And of course, support you with this journey if you want to go this with us.
Yeah, awesome. And I think it's also important to know that it doesn't really matter the age of the equipment. We can definitely connect. So you can collect data and you can expand the lifetime of your machines to make them work longer for you at any level. So yeah.
And even reduce the costs for having them working longer for you.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Dominik. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I guess we'll see you next time.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Please like and subscribe on all major podcast channels and find out more about Senseye Predictive Maintenance at Siemens.com.